morning, folks. It is another absolutely gorgeous day to be on the bike. So we took this thing out yesterday, had a little bit of fun with it, rolled with my old man and some other folks up to Texas Roadhouse, and took this thing out at night for the first time, which was a world of fun. I mean, honestly, I was really surprised by the headlight, but we are back in the day, riding down familiar territory. That's an awful nice tractor. A hell of a batwing hog on the back there. You guys would excuse me this morning. I got a little bit of a tickle in my throat. I couldn't get rid of it. I don't know what it is, but it's not great, so I don't think it's Rona, but I think I'll be fine, hopefully. I would like to talk about that real quick. If you suspect you got the Rona, dude, maybe don't come around people, alright? We had this guy that we work with, the subcontractor, come out, and he wanted to come get his check. So what he decided to do was come out with his dang mask on, thinking that he had coronavirus, coming to talk to us about getting his check. Like, dude, we could have mailed that. And what's absolutely infuriating about the whole thing is that he thought he had coronavirus, so he had a mask on, and then he tried to come in and talk with us, and then come to find out yesterday the man tested positive for coronavirus. And then you think we should be Gucci? That's rough, man. Like, how are you gonna do that to somebody? I can't take this crap home to my wife and my kid. Now, I've been blessed because you know, where I work is so small. It's an office of 3 of us. One of them is my brother-in-law, the other's you know, the owner of the company. And for all of us to work and do this kind of stuff where we are, we're just really, you know, kind of isolated. I mean, we're almost quarantined where we are, you know, because I don't do anything really other than work and go home with my son. My brother-in-law doesn't really do anything but work and go home and play some video games and oddball with us and do all that kind of stuff. And then the owner of the company, he don't like being around people anyway, so it kind of works out, you know. But anywho, I think it's just kind of rough, man. So we've been able to kind of isolate but still work and still do our job. And this guy goes and ruins all of that. So now I'm in that tough situation of, I'm like, I don't know, man. This was a week ago. We didn't really come in contact because I shouted at him, or we shouted at him and had him stay outside. But do we have to isolate now? Do I need to go ahead and quarantine myself? I don't know. Like, I mean, I would love nothing more than to have to, you know, quarantine myself at my house for 2 weeks with my son. You know, hang out with my wife and all that. But, you know, I mean, obviously I want to keep going to work. I like working. So it's a weird situation, you know? It's like, what do I do here? Which leads us to, I mean, but that's what the whole thing has been. This whole thing has just been a mess of just odd situations that none of us has ever had to deal with before. You know, it's going to get worse. That's the problem. A teacher friend of mine pulled up a very good point about his, you know, with coronavirus being such a big thing still, and being in the news, and, you know, being around and all that. He's talking about the reopening of schools and how's that going to work. You know, because like him as a teacher, let's say he's got 5 classes of 30 students each. Now, if one kid in his class, any one of those classes, contracts and tests positive, does he then need to self-isolate? Additionally, while he's self-isolating, is he getting paid? And if he's getting paid, is he getting paid, is he getting paid from sick leave? So he's got to burn his own sick leave for that? Or is the school doing that because he contracted that while at work? Like, obviously. And additionally, now that one kid in his class has had that, do we have to go to every class that kid has had? A alert every teacher, which then we have to alert every person in every class and have everybody quarantined. Who pays for the test? Is that going to be the school? Will the school pay for the test? How do you notify the parents? Are you like, hey, there might have been a teensy-weensy, insy-beensy, itty-bitty amount of coronavirus in your son's class. Just wanted to let you know in case, you know, anything happens. Or is it the parents' responsibility then to go test? It's kind of rough, isn't it? I know Richmond City just changed theirs to all distance learning until January, which I think distance learning gets a bad rap. And I know a lot of people are arguing with it, and they're like, well, you know, when we closed schools earlier, you know, they didn't do so hot. Well, to be fair, when we closed schools earlier, most of it was, hey, here's an assignment, do it if you want, and you know, we'll get back with you. So there's a lot of online programs already that are pretty well structured. I know Liberty offers one. Obviously they're, you know, a religious-based organization, but Liberty offered one that my brother did, and I thought it was a pretty good program. You know, they did a lot of online learning. You know, it was just good stuff, very well structured. And I think if the counties and the cities move towards that, at least until this thing dies down, we ought to be fine. Granted, I don't really have a dog in this race. You know, I don't go to school. I don't, you know, my wife, neither one of us works at a school. You know, I don't have children at school. You know, my son's way too young for all that. Are we running 40 down this road? But anyway, I guess I don't have a dog in the race. You know, those are my opinions, which don't really matter. I don't know if it's really opinions or just, I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions I'd like to see answered. But, you know, I mean, I definitely don't envy the folks that have to make these decisions. Because no matter what they do, no matter what the decisions they make, they're going to be wrong, you know? And I think that's just where we are as people, is, you know, there's always going to be something wrong, but we're not going to have a dang solution to it. I don't want to be stuck behind this van much longer. And I know I got the oomph to go around it, but I also do not have the dotted green lines, or yellow lines, the green lines. Good lord. You guys tell I overslept until I woke up a little bit late here, until I'm running on fumes. I won't tell you what kind of fumes, but I'm running on fumes. That's it right there, folks. That's what this is all about. Being able to do that. That being said, I got no clue most of the time how fast I'm going because the speedometer is all tucked in hidden. I need to take these pouches off. I don't know how old boy saw the speedometer before or if he cared about it. The river's so still today. Looks like it dropped down pretty low. We had a few big rainstorms. It was up high. It was flowing like crazy. It was definitely not something I wanted to be on. I mean, like, it seemed like it might be fun, but I'm not a big fan of that ridiculous muddy water. What's up, friend?